referee. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 2, Eliza Valdez. At number 1, Kyle Angela Negrito. Wearing jersey number 5, Risa Sato. At number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Number 18, Diana May Carlos. And number 23, Jessica Margaret Galanza. Starting libero is number 11, Kyla Liana Atienza. And head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. Calling on our Farm Fresh Foxies. Team captain wear jersey number 7, Louis Romero. At number 5, Eliza Bertolano. Wearing jersey number 10, Chini Arroyo. At number 12, Trisha Gail Tubu. Number 13, April Tagsip. And number 16, Riza Andrea Cruz. Starting libero is number 17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach, Mr. Jerry Yee. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 7, preliminary round, season 7, the All-Filipino Conference.
And you're taking a look at the starters for the Creamline Cool Smashers. This is the first game they will be playing in the 2024 All-Filipino Conference. And not a surprise, nothing new. Going to be interesting to see, though, how they're going to be going up against these youngsters. We go back to the last conference. It was this squad that was able to win a set over Creamline, if you remember right, Neil.
That's correct. And with the departure of Seth Domingo, it will be Risa Sato manning that middle blocker position. For Farm Fresh, we already discussed Caitlin Veray a while ago, but they also picked up a few more talents. Chini Arroyo from the former F2 Logistics Cargo Movers, and the returning Janelle Delerio, one of the standouts in UST.
And we are off to a pretty good start here. Back and forth to score that first point. And that's going to go to Creamline via that violation. And he was after that. We also saw earlier, it's been talked about a lot, yung mga bagong additions din dito sa Creamline. And what is interesting to me, Neil, is how Coach Sherwin is really taking seriously yung pag-adjust ng mga baguhan niya into their system. Hindi niya muna finil today.
So this is still the same Creamline team we saw in the past few conferences. And bago pa man umalis si Seth, it was already Risa Sato because she was playing in Thailand.
Yeah.
So they have eased into this rotation, and they are hoping to get a check off their bucket list of a Grand Slam championship, but they will take it one game at a time.
As Carlos goes down the line and she gets her first point. Carlos, of course, has multiple MVP titles to her name. She was also recently named Miss Volleyball by the PSA, the Philippine Sports Writers Association, and that is a pretty prestigious, that's a big honor, no? Na siya talaga yung napili. Gemma Galanza on the line now. And she will get a point. First ace of the game from Gemma.
They are targeting Chini Arroyo on the receive so that they can get her out of system. They're just trying to avoid the libero, targeting the corners of the backcourt defense of the Foxies. Better pass there.
Combination attack, that one gets away from Kyle Atienza. And we have a lull here. You know, another thing I wanted to mention is really the difference we feel Bea De Leon is going to make. Of course, in the absence of Seth Domingo, syempre, malaking addition din yan si Bea De Leon. But then, like we talked about, we're not going to see her in action just yet. It's going to be the core Creamline attacks that we're seeing on the court. And so far, so good for the Cool Smashers. They're up by 2.
You never know what you're gonna get when you're facing Creamline. There was a time that MG started out for most of the conference and Tots came off the bench, but now it's Tots Carlos, that opposite hitter position. And this is also one of the matchups that I really want to see. Trisha Tubu, a very young opposite hitter, go up against a veteran like Tots Carlos.
Absolutely. Trish Tubu, of course, she was turning heads even as a rookie in Adamson. And quickly, she's playing in the pros. Valdez there was dug. Tots Carlos from the right-hand side now gets to the 2-man block of Farm Fresh, and that's another point for Tots and Creamline.
That's a quick 3-point production, 3-point blitz from Carlos early on in this first set.
And she's getting ready to serve. Tots Carlos here with her jump serve. It's a good dig by the libero. Galanza picking up that attack from Tubu, and another conversion for Tots Carlos as she seems to be happy to be back, raring to go, raring to play after 2 months of rest from the PVL. Let's turn it over right now to Jana Ahido, has an early report for us.
Chiki and Neil, when I spoke with Trisha Tubu earlier, she says that she has high hopes for the Farm Fresh Foxies here in this conference. She mentions the momentum they gained as a team last year and hopes it translates in 2024. On that new Japanese system they've deployed, it's been a whole month of back-to-basics training for the team last January to refine their skills. She acknowledges that it was difficult to adjust to it, having grown used to the Philippine style to which she has been playing ever since. Aside from that, it's also going to be about the mindset in her third conference here in the PVL, as she told me that the drive will start in training, and I quote her saying, "We don't train just to train, but to train for the game." This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Back to you, Chiki and Neil.
Thanks a lot, Jana. As we take a look at the continuing action here, and that is a point from Risa Sato, already creating some magic here at the front.
Spark Bunny right there, getting that quick hit in between the blockers of the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Liza Valdez taking her first serve. Good first ball by Farm Fresh. Back row attack. That one is good by Trisha Tubu.
That is a great setup from Louis Romero. They can utilize that low fast pipe set to Trisha Tubu in rotations like this. There will be rotations na dalawa lang yung attackers na nasa harapan, and that's the time you deploy your back row players to detonate these bombs.
And Galanza is blocked there, but Creamline will go again. That's a free ball. Farm Fresh will get a chance here on the attack. Good dig by Valdez, and an error there. There's some miscommunication. Risa Sato acknowledging it. These things happen. If you're Creamline, you want it to happen now already. Get the jitters out of the way. Siyempre, matagal din silang naghintay para maglaro. And the crowd's out. Everybody's out to support. I'm sure all of the fans at home also watching intently. Back row attack. Good up by Bertolano there. Almost a sneaky one by Louis Romero. And she pushes it out. Chini Arroyo. Atienza took care of that one, and Galanza was going for the cut shot there.
There was a mishit on the side of the Creamline Cool Smashers, but I believe that there will be a challenge on the side of Coach Sherwin Meneses. They're asking for a net touch violation on one of the blockers of the Foxies.
Let's see how this challenge goes, but very interesting where we are at right now. If things go without the challenge, with the challenge unsuccessful, we are going to see Farm Fresh leading the charge here, leading ahead of Creamline at the first technical timeout. These video challenges, of course, as you know, you remember you get 2 in a row, and that is that looks like a net that quiver again. Good call by the coaching staff of Creamline. And they will be up by 1 at this. Taipei sa FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers is February 25. Bukas na po yan. Live at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Buy your tickets now. Meantime, thanks for joining us here at the Big Goal for the third of our triple header today. This is the first week of the All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League on Pilipinas Live. We are also on One Sports Plus. One Sports, we're so glad you're on hand enjoying this game with us. Chiquiro Puno with Neil Flores, Jana Ejido completing our broadcast team today. And Farm Fresh keeping in step with the reigning champs here in Creamline. And getting through the double block there is Farm Fresh, just really fighting. Chidi Arroyo has been doing well.
That is also a good pickup from the Cargo Movers roster.
Yeah.
She is a powerful hitter, and in the past conference, we were pointing out that Farm Fresh needs more power hitters to be able to compete with our top teams.
And she's not the only pickup from F2, of course. We talked about Julina de la Cruz at the top of the coverage. She is part of the Farm Fresh team officially, but she will not see action for at least another conference as she waits for her ACL injury to heal. See, Ellie Casilag also part of Farm Fresh, and that quick play, tagsip, contributing now.
We can already see the Japanese system rubbing off on the girls of the Foxies. Well, mabilis naman na talaga mag-set itong si Louie Romero even in her junior years. But the development has been really fast in the off-season.
And I think it is a matter of which team adjusts better to the Japanese system and to the Japanese exposure. Kasi while on the one hand, itong Farm Fresh, they actually hired the trainer of Korashiki. Dun sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, si Hideo Suzuki was part of that Korashiki team that was here for the invitationals. Ito namang Creamline, as usual, they train in Japan in the off-season. Medyo alanganin yon.
That ball already hit the antenna.
Yeah.
Creamline is having a hard time establishing their first pass right now. Gemma Galanza is still trying to find her rhythm here in the opening set. And now the Foxies are already up by 2 points.
Again, they have seen a set win already against Creamline in the previous conference. So this is not new territory for Farm Fresh. Lalaban at lalaban sila against the formidable Creamline Cool Smashers. And you got Ella De Jesus now on the court on the libero position. Gemma Galanza with the serve. Bertolano going up. And broken play here. And that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Eliza Valdez tried to get the timing, but it was tough.
Difficult break ball right there. Not our favorite sets to hit.
Yeah.
Lalo na yung galing sa pinakalikuran, ibabato sa left side. Tapos mataas. You need impeccable timing to get one through the defense of your opponent.
And so that error gives Farm Fresh a 2-point advantage here in this first set. Oh, squandered by Tagsip. Sayang yun for Farm Fresh. That was that libreng puntos na galing sa Creamline.
This is the start that Farm Fresh wants against Creamline, but when you already establish a good lead of at least 2-3 points, you have to pull away and take care of that lead. And Trisha Tubu continues to show the way for the Foxies.
He is. Already 3 points, Trisha Tubu. And you know, I can't help but look back at Trisha Tubu's Adamson days. I even remember, as we take a look at this hit by Liza Valdez, she will finally score on that one. Talking about Liza Valdez when she was on board as an analyst, talking about the promise of Trisha Tubu on her rookie year in Adamson. And a year later, eto na, magkaharap na sila. And she is unfazed. Trisha Tubu performing so well against Creamline. And that's a good slide attack. Nice pickup by Galanza. Thoughts Carlos from back row. That's the easy one for Farm Fresh. Oh! Perfectly executed by Riza Cruz, Louis Romero. We know they have that connection already.
They've been together for the longest of times. You only see this in the men's game. Yung double jump play na yan. But it looks like that's something new up their sleeves. 2 blockers went up for that quick attack against Riza Cruz, and they weren't able to get to that double jump already.
Valdez again going up, and that's 2 in a row for Liza Valdez. Her second point. She has been contributing from the left pin there, and she is up to serve. You know, come to think of it, Neil, sabi mo nga, itong si Louis Romero, mabilis na talaga siya. So yung the Japanese system seems to fit her perfectly. Hindi sila nahihirapan. Oh, good scrambling by Creamline. And same thing goes for Farm Fresh. We got good defensive action here. Pinatay ni Sato.
Let's give that point to Teresa Sato. That dive.
One more time, and that spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bala.
She saved that ball, she went for an attack, and Farm Fresh lost the opportunity to run their counter. When they botched that pass, they were just forced to put it over.
And the blocking still a little shaky for Creamline. They have not scored much off the block yet. And I think Farm Fresh is recognizing this, no?
You know, Chicky, I'm very happy for Chini Arroyo. She had scarce playing time in her previous club team, and mukhang yun lang talagang hinihintay niya, yung team na magtitiwala sa kanya. And now, she is performing well for the Foxies, but Jenna Galanza will get her first point of the match of that power tip.
Yeah, that was an error on the side of Farm Fresh. That was a playable nandun sila. It's just Trisha Tubu didn't know that her teammate was ready for that ball in the back. That's a good first ball by Bertolano, and that is a quick conversion. Tagsip this time. Another one who's familiar with the Louis Romero type of sets. 16-15, a 1-point lead by Farm Fresh, and our second talagang nagkakalayo ang puntos nila, nagpapalitan lang sila. It's well-paced, and really, I think it's Farm Fresh that is causing a lot of stir because we already know the caliber of Creamline. Pero ang pinapakita ng Farm Fresh ngayon, impressive, Neil.
All of the other teams, not just Farm Fresh, they're just stepping up their game slowly, and every conference like kita natin that they really improve, they get more wins. And Farm Fresh would want to take this win against the heavily favored Cool Smashers.
This is a 15-game winning streak that Creamline is trying to secure, defend, and trying to keep going. So that's a little bit of pressure also, I think, for the team, you know, because everybody is watching out for that. Mababreak ba yung kanilang 15-game streak?
Out of system play there for Trisha Tubu, finding an open spot in the deep cross court. Creamline has been targeting Chini Arroyo on reception, so she has to be stable in passing.
It's a good play. Gemma Galanza outsmarting the defense of Farm Fresh, finding the donut hole there. Yan naman ang specialty of the house. Yan ang alam natin na kayang-kaya ni Gemma Galanza gawin.
That is her favorite combination play.
Tubu again, getting a lot of touches. And why not? She has been very, very efficient today. Point number 5 for Trish Tubu. She and Tots Carlos are tied at 5 each, leading all scorers here in this match. And we are now live on One Sports. I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us here. This is our first set, the third of our triple header today. We already saw Cherry Tigo win their game against strong group. And right before this game, we also had Signal winning a close one against Akari.
Now there will be a challenge called on that last rally. A net touch was called on one of the blockers of the Foxies, but they are claiming that it was a clean transition on their end.
We'll take a look at what happens, but again, this is really such a pleasure to watch how the young ones, these mostly these kids coming straight out of college, marami pa nga sa kanila ang hindi na tinapos ang kanilang eligibility in college. Talking about Louis Romero, Trish Tubu, coming straight into the pros as we see. Well, I think the net touch, yeah, definitely we see the quibble of the net there.
Sometimes you don't get to feel it because of the arm sleeves. Cute banter there between Tagsip and Coach Jerry.
That's a free ball. Chance for Creamline here to set up. Negrito going for Carlos, and that's good enough for point number 6 for Tots.
A while ago, we were in the fan stream covering the Signal and Akari game. I was with Jen Nierva and Mel Nasino, and we were talking about the free balls in the pros na hindi pwedeng magbigay ng free ball in this kind of tournament because yung balik sa'yo ng bola mas malakas tenfold.
Yeah.
So you try your best na pahirapan at least yung other team.
Kasi siguradong paggaganahin nila yung sistema nila kung bibigay mo yung bola ng ganon. Creamline now with a 2-point advantage, and Farm Fresh will call for time.
Score 18, Farm Fresh 20.
Okay, Martin, 1 point. Ah, then after, consider. And then one point. Okay,
Control tayo, guys. Kailangan bawi lang ganun sa ako tayo.
Yan, dalawa lang. Ay, taka lang mga yaya! Let's go! Ay, 1, 2, 3!
Boxes!
Feeling ko sa training sinasabi niya na lahat. But pagdating sa game, hanggang sa kaya ng players pag-usapan na they will talk it over to themselves. Trisha Tugu continues to impress the smart Araneta Coliseum with her powerful hits there.
And take a look at the
Reverse set
hang time. Ooh.
from Louis Romero. And she was above the blockers of Creamline.
Ang taas talaga ng kanyang kanyang elevation. Pero binalik din ni Tots. Really, Tots Carlos against Trisha Tugu in terms of the points, the efficiency. Lamang si Carlos with 7 points now against Trish Tugu 6 in this first set. Creamline still with a 2-point lead.
Here's the all-familiar double substitution of the Cool Smashers, Michelle Gumabao and Mate Galanza.
Mate Galanza coming in at the serve. The younger Galanza and MG is seeing action for the first time in 2 months for Creamline. She is brought in at a crucial time here towards the home stretch of this first set, but it has not been safe for Creamline all set long, Neil. Oh, that one looked good also. Kate Veray also at the court.
Now, Bertolano scores on that combination play with that set from the veteran in Ashley Gachon. Now, there are also 3 attackers in the front row for the Foxes. This is an identical substitution pattern na ginawa ng Creamline kanina.
And that combination attack worked well for Creamline. Liza Valdez securing that 2-point lead, getting her team back ahead, 22-20. And it's really important that nakikita natin na ang ganda ng pinapakita ng parehong koponan. Who will draw first blood, who will win the first set. It really be important.
Caitlin Verano tried to go for all power in that last loose ball, but it was outside. And now Coach Jerry will call for another timeout.
There, not to hit. Go! Go!
Okay. Ayan! Ay, Tagalog tatlo! Ay, 1, 2, 3! Let's go! Sabi niya.
Creamline saw a 3-point advantage maybe early in this set, and then throughout talagang nagpapalitan na sila ng puntos. So this is a precarious situation for Farm Fresh because Creamline already nearing the 25-point mark, and Farm Fresh needs to dig deep and really fight as hard as they were in the earlier part of the set. Defense of Creamline as usual working for them, and there is a I think it's a double contact violation called against Creamline. That's a break for Farm Fresh. Oh, that's an ace coming from Risa Cruz, a timely one for Farm Fresh. And again, isa na lang ang lamang ng Creamline. That's already 3 for Risa Cruz. Clearly, a very valuable cog here. A very good addition for Farm Fresh. We have a timeout.
Expect na, kailangan lang naman tumaas yung bola.
Yes, coach.
Pero isipin natin, mapapaganda yung receive.
Apo, coach.
Ito, pasok ka. Isa-isa.
Let's go! Let's go!
Hey, all the light, Greenland!
We were saying at the top of the coverage, Neil, that they have done this before. Farm Fresh has posed a threat to Creamline before in their second conference in the PVL, the one right before this. The last time, or the first time they met each other in the last conference, it was a 4-setter affair as well. Let's see if they can hold out or if Creamline will grab this first set win. They're almost there.
be the last substitution of Coach Sherwin Meneses. Bernadette Ponce in to get that serve going.
Set point for Creamline. That's a good first ball. And Kate Baray coming off the bench, saving one set point.
Babalik ngayon si Louie Romero and Trisha Tubu. They do their job well, talking about Piray and Legacion. Such a tight opening set for our teams.
And it's really a good way for these two teams to get their season started. That's an underhanded serve, botched play, chance here for Farm Fresh to even things out. Lanza there with a save. Gumabaw hitting the net.
Ball did not go over.
Oh, and that's what the first referee says.
But Creamline still has one more challenge, I believe. Well, they won the challenge earlier, so they have their challenge opportunities intact. But based on our point of view, looked like it was really low on that hit of Michelle Gumabaw. But we never know. 80% of the time, kahit tumatama naman sa tape ng net, pumapasok pa din dun sa kabilang court.
Alam natin, nandun yung lakas. Kaya naman. Pero
this is crucial for Farm Fresh. If they win this challenge, we will be at 24-all. They will be challenging Creamline to a deuce point. In the past few rallies, ganun pa din yung nagiging problem ng Creamline. Their reception has been faulty. So they really can't do much offensively pag ganun yung pasa. And as expected, there was no block touch.
Yeah, there's no question there. And this is very favorable to Farm Fresh, as you mentioned, Neil. Now they are even at 24. And you know, Farm Fresh, as expected, they need to work this hard to be playing this well against a team like Creamline. So this is really a good showing for this young team. Kung pangitain to, kung papaano sila magpapakita for the rest of the conference, then they have a lot to look forward to, the Farm Fresh Foxes.
They will be the dark horse, I believe, of this tournament.
Running attack, and that one is good. And Creamline again, back ahead. And at the cusp of winning this first set. Good choice there by Negrito to give Banks that ball. We didn't see.
Expect this ball to go to Chini Arroyo. Kyle Negrito has a wicked serve.
Good job by the libero. Trisha Tubu will go up. Oh, it's a good try. And Atienza trying to go for that pancake save. She was just a little bit late. And that is going to be a point for Farm Fresh. And we knew this was going to be a lot of fun, but not this much fun. This is only the first set. And look, they're playing like it's for the match. Oh, lumabas! And that's unfortunate for Farm Fresh, giving Creamline that advantage. Ang Creamline, di mo kailangan tulungan. Pero eto, binigay mo pa on the service error. Is that jitters?
Probably.
This is another set point. Gemma Galanza taking care of it. Tubu coming up big under pressure. Trisha Tubu looking like a veteran.
Matching up to the production of Tots Carlos, Trisha Tubu is now at 8.
Yeah, she's actually ahead of Tots. And just really coming up big when she needs to. Kate Santiago also coming in for the first time here at the serve. Let's see what Creamline does. Tots Carlos! Pinatay ni Tots.
What a hit. What an angle from Tots Carlos. Not bothered with the double block setup by the Foxies. Still went for the down the line hit. And now this time it's the Foxies' turn to call for a challenge. A ball in, ball out challenge.
Well, we know that si Tots intended to really hug the line. Talagang linalagay niya doon malapit sa linya para mahirap makuha. But from our vantage point, again, it looked like a good ball, but the challenge system is there also for a reason. Maybe also it's the timing of it all. They want to kind of just slow things down, definitely inside.
That is money for Tots.
Yeah.
Carlos, lapat na lapat yung bola dun sa linya.
And we saw the trajectory of that ball. Grabe yung angulo. There's no way the defenders of Farm Fresh was going to get to it. And once again, Creamline finding themselves at set point. Farm Fresh has not had a chance to win yet in this set, but they have been able to avert several set points already. It was 24-22, I believe, and Farm Fresh has been able to save several points. Tubo again, will go for it. Why not Tubo? She is the go-to player, and she has not disappointed.
The big dome is rocking.
Yeah.
Everybody's enjoying the action here in our last game of the triple header.
That's a good first ball. Valdez going cross-court, and she gets the better of the other, Eliza. Bertolano could not keep that one in play, and again, Creamline with a chance to win this first set. And you got to appreciate Farm Fresh. They are not making it easy for the champs.
Eliza Valdez coming up clutch here in set number 1.
And we hear the crowd just getting into this.
Both teams are just running on pure adrenaline right now. So this first set win will be big.
Absolutely.
It might dictate their movement in set number 2.
Well, let me tell you, it's going to be bigger for Farm Fresh if they win it. Oh, what a smart play. That's just 100% volleyball IQ displayed right there.
Nerves have been tested for Eliza Valdez so many times.
Yeah. That's a good first ball. Underhanded serve at 2-1 block is foiled. Another chance here. Galanza will go up. Bertolano with a dig. Arroyo again blocked. Good defense on both sides. And that was a tough set. And Negrito knew it. It was a tough set. Another break here for Farm Fresh, Neil.
Negrito got too excited. Maybe she saw that opportunity to go for a quick one sa left pin. But when you get too excited, napapalakas yung pitik ng kamay. We are now at 29 all.
Oh, that's a tough one. Look at Trisha Tubu with the defense. Farm Fresh will go. Combination attack. And now maybe the nerves coming from the side of Farm Fresh. Risa Cruz totally mistiming that one. Mishitting it. What was it? Arroyo. Arroyo was, yeah.
Chini Arroyo mishit that ball. It went out of bounds. Well, Louis Romero can still go to that pipe. Trisha Tubo is just there waiting. They get a good pass here.
I count about 8 set points. Make it 9 set points. That Farm Fresh has foiled. They are party poopers for the Creamline fans here.
They refuse to give up. They keep on hitting away point after point. Di bumababa yung power for Farm Fresh. That's why they're in step with Creamline.
Oh, two-man block. Ball still alive. Oh, the soft touch of Pams Panaga is good enough for another set point. And look at that score. And the crowd just absolutely enjoying the action. Again, it doesn't take, hindi naman kailangan lahat, puro power. Inisip talaga ni Pams Panaga. Best way to score is just to hit that ball over ever so slightly. Outside! I get another error at the serve. This time from Kyle Negrito, and that's good looks from Farm Fresh because that was iffy. That wasn't clearly out.
Now it's Farm Fresh's turn to attack the defense of the Cool Smashers. You have Tubu, you have Tagsip, you also have Bertolano. That is a good front line to match up with Tots Carlos, Taxmanaga, and Gemma Galanza.
Oh, good save. Ball is still alive, but Creamline will go again. And still, Farm Fresh unable to go for a set point. It has been Creamline with a chance at winning this set from the start. Hindi pa talaga nakaka-set point ang Farm Fresh, but you gotta hand it to these youngsters. Talagang tinatagalan nila ang Creamline. Alanza going for Chini Arroyo there, and she manages. Here's a chance for Creamline. Will they take it? Carlos will get the ball. Good heads-up play. Romero setting up Tubu with a killer. Trisha Tubu, ice in her veins, Neil. 10 points already, double digits in the first set alone for this Adamson star.
Farm Fresh is just banking on that Adamson connection.
Yep.
Louis Romero to Trisha Tubu. Trisha Tubu is already at 10
Yep.
points, double digits here in the opening set.
Look at the score, 32-32. That's right. You're not seeing things. This is really just the first set, mind you. Farm Fresh refuses to roll over.
Well, Farm Fresh has to adjust their defense pattern. If you noticed, in the past few sequences, it was the soft hits of Creamline that did the job. They had countless drop balls at wala nakakuha sa Farm Fresh.
This is the 10th set point. Tubu again, just hitting it over. Thought Carlos was there. Valdez going up, hitting the antenna. And it's also the timing of the errors coming from Creamline, Neil, This is just the luck on the side of Farm Fresh combined with a stellar performance we're seeing from this girl at the serve, Trisha Tubu.
Overpass.
Oh, here's a chance. Farm Fresh can be... Oh, head! It's still not gonna happen for Farm Fresh. That elusive set point. Oh!
Looks like a good pancake save, but
it
Farm
wouldn't
Fresh
have
will
been
not
long.
challenge.
Yeah. Tsaka hindi rin niya naakyat yung bola eh. Set point again, Tots Carlos. Bertolano going up. That's stopped by Atienza. Will this be it? Valdez is dug. Bertolano will go again. Atienza was there. Joust. Ball still good. Valdez with a dink. Louis Romero underhanded to Liza Bertolano. Let's see where Negrito will go. Oh, that was another tough one. Bertolano gets all the touches here. Back set, Tots Carlos. Let's see where Louis Romero goes. That's 5 times to Liza Bertolano. Will she vary it now? No! It's still Bertolano. What a rally, Neil. Again, another error on the attack by Tots Carlos.
Farm Fresh is refusing to fold against the Cool Smashers. We are at 34 all. This is the quality that we want throughout the tournament. This is just the first set. They're going at it. Nobody's giving up. We're on our way to probably set a new record in the PVL in terms of score or set time. But nobody wants to budge.
Bertolano there was so consistent. Couldn't get the point. Let's see if Farm Fresh will get a chance at set point this time around.
That was a double contact violation. Farm Fresh will take over the lead. They will have a 1-point lead and a chance to end this set with a
Yeah.
defensive stop against the attacks of Creamline.
This is their first chance at winning this set. And we gotta give credit also to Eliza Bertolano, who has been playing steady. We're gonna take a quick timeout by Sherwin Meneses, also perhaps to ice the server. Let's listen in.
Sato! Dika, B. Dika, B, walang running ha.
Yes, Coach Mimi.
Zero. Re-receive tayo. O, re-receive tayo. Boss, boss. Boss, re-receive tayo ha.
Sorry, sorry.
Pagkalanganin na, reaction
Yes,
lang.
okay po, okay po.
Pagka sa kabila, relax lang.
Okay.
Stop the patience.
All in, P9!
And now the pressure is on Creamline to play the kind of defense that we've seen. That is their strength. But no matter how this game goes, Neil, I think Farm Fresh has made a lot of fans today, has made a lot of people believe in what this young team can deliver. Let's see if Bertolano can get a good one. She's got a mean jump serve. Oh! The service ace for Eliza Bertolano to win this first set. And this one is for the books, Neil.
Finally, the Farm Fresh Foxies put an end to set number 1, 36-34. We have some highlights of Trisha Tubu, who really came up big. Again, 10 points in set number 1, but when push comes to shove, the collective effort of Farm Fresh
Absolutely.
just really pulled that win out of the rug against Creamline.
Absolutely. We saw some key substitutions happening at the right time. And I think really what happened here was luck also combined with skill. Dahil yung mga after 45 minutes, we settled the score in the first set. Pero like we are going to talk about this more after the break, but it's really the errors coming at the right time for Farm Fresh. The errors coming from the Cool Smashers. We'll talk more about that after the break. The champions. What a set, Neil.
Everybody needed that short break. We needed to breathe. It was such an intense first set. Creamline had multiple chances of actually ending set number 1. But in the end, the execution was very erratic. I mean, Negrito, I guess, was trying her best to speed things up.
Yeah.
But ang nangyayari sa pagmamadali, nagkakaroon ng miss-set. There were a couple of miss-sets there at the tail end of set number 1. And as for the Foxies, you don't see any intimidation factor. I guess they are no longer the rookies. They are a young team, but they know how to deal with the pressure already. And if there was one name that stood out for me, aside from Trisha Tubu, it was their libero, Delerio. I mean, nawala siya ng matagal sa volleyball scene. So when I saw her come up, the roster of the Farm Fresh Foxes, I was very happy. During her UST days pa lang, she really displayed solid defense already. And she got crucial digs that helped her team score the winning points.
And quickly we go into set number 2 here. That was a 45-minute first set that you all witnessed and enjoyed. And this time, Creamline will draw first blood in the second set. And you know, we can almost read the minds of Creamline. And you see that they all have their game faces on. And they're not used to this kind of scenario na nauunahan sila.
We're also looking for that happy vibe that they bring. That is their tagline, the good vibes. And medyo naging seryoso yung Creamline.
Bertolano from back row, and twice in a row there, Bounce Managa challenging the attackers all by herself. And that's tough to go to be able to block an attack from the pipe so accurately. And Panaga was able to get that one. Tubu is dug. Melades who's taking care of that one. Valerio also doing a good job, as you pointed out, Neil. And somebody is called at the net. It's going to be Eliza Valdez with a violation. And that's Farm Fresh's first point.
Eliza Valdez wasn't able to hit that break foot. So when she jumped, medyo pa forward din yung landing. And that caused that violation.
And Valdez is dug by Bertolano there. Tots Carlos this time from the right pin, and she gets that one. Carlos now double digits as well, tying Trish Tubu with 10 points. We're also looking at Eliza Valdez with 5, Bounce Panaga also with 5 points, Gemma Galanza with 4, Sato with 3. Tubu, that's point number 11 for Trish, leading all scorers. Chini Arroyo also with 4 points today so far. And Jana Ejido has a report for us. Over to you, Jana.
That's right, Chiki and Neil, because with the champions down by a set here in this match, my conversation with head coach Sherwin Meneses was all about how even as champions, there's still lots to learn and lots to improve. For him, mastery was the focal point in their off-season training. And as it was mentioned earlier, errors have been constantly hurting this team, even with their record. I quote him saying, kailangan talaga namin mag-limit ng errors at kung paano namin ito mabawasan. On facing the Foxies today, he describes his opponents as blue chips. And even with uncertainty nga raw that a first game brings, they want to focus on themselves. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Back to you, Chiki and Neil.
It is a growth mindset that Creamline, despite their many successful seasons here in the PVL, never loses, and that is really what makes them such a winning team. Tots Carlos there with her 11th point. They talk about how they never stop learning, never stop trying to improve, and never being complacent about all of the wins that they've gotten. And I think it's the leadership also of Eliza Valdez and the way, the kind of culture that she has set as captain of Creamline. Oh, that one is outside. Meantime, we also want to talk about Farm Fresh and really Jerry Yee, what he brings in, the Adamson kind of culture. Kasi nandyan, the core of this team is Adamson. And we see them also not having any problems gelling with each other because sanay na rin sila. And that's a great point there by Cruz as her fourth.
Creamline now holds a 2-point lead. And we know the Creamline type of game that when they get the lead, tuloy-tuloy na. But Farm Fresh has been fighting back, so they're having a difficult time in pulling away. But hopefully with that attack from Gemma Galanza, they can start to go back to how they are used to playing.
Yeah. I mean, as it goes, Gemma Galanza had a rather quiet first set. She made 5 points, but we've seen her also when she is in the zone. She is able to really pile on the points for Creamline. Risa Cruz, we've been talking about how important an addition she is as middle blocker here for Farm Fresh. Galanza stopped there. Bertolano there with a set. Another chance here for Farm Fresh. Oh, good defense by Atienza, but we have a call.
Net violation will be called on Kyle Negrito, I believe. It wasn't on Pangs Panaga.
And it's close. This second set looks no different from the first. Really, Farm Fresh keeping in step with Creamline.
There's a challenge on the call by Creamline for a footfall.
Oh, it's a footfall challenge.
Footfall, Creamline.
Will it be somebody coming from the back row and touching the line? Well, we're gonna take a look at that. But for those of you just joining the coverage now, you might be wondering where the new additions to Creamline are right now. We're talking about Bea De Leon, Denden, Lazaro Revilla, and they are officially part of the team but not suited up yet because this was the decision that Coach Sherwin Meneses made. Hindi daw problema ng injury, nothing like that. But it's that's how sacred they hold their system, Neil. Na talagang you have to be fully immersed in the system before they can confidently put you in. And it's a foot fault at the midline. And we do see feet there.
So there was no foot fault, so that will be a dead ball. We will be replaying that point.
How do you explain that? Because clearly we saw some feet stepping on the line. Ano ba, hindi,
Kailangan
basta hindi lumagpas.
Buong paa yung nakatapak on the other side of the court for it to be called a foot fault or a center line violation.
So is this a do-over? That's a good first pass. Running attack with a dink, good enough. Pangs Panaga just playing it smart. Seeing her do that all day. And Creamline will get the 8 points first, enjoying a 3-point lead in this first technical timeout. Buy your tickets now. Welcome back to the Big Dome. This is the third of our triple header, our nightcap tonight. And so far, so good for those who have waited all these weeks, for the 2 months that we did not see these teams on the court. The day has finally come, and that first set was really one for the books. It ended 36 6:34. For those of you who missed that action, naku, balikan nyo yan. When you get a chance, Pilipinas Live, all of you, you can watch it again.
There are instant replays on the Pilipinas Live app, and there's so much more that you can watch dyan. We have a lot of volleyball content. So all you have to do is subscribe to our Pilipinas Live app for as low as 149 pesos.
And meantime, Farm Fresh, still a thorn on the side of Creamline. They're pesky and they're just very, very... they're brave. These kids are unfazed. Carlos, the hit there was stopped, but that one goes outside, and that's the big point.
Delaria had it. She had her hands on that ball, just couldn't control the spin. Now this is actually the biggest lead of the Cool Smashers at 4 points.
And this is a broken play here. Tubu sends the ball over. Thought Carlos will get a chance. Oh, this time Bertolano picked up that down the line hit. And this is a free ball. Chance here for Tubu to score. Good save by De Jesus. McBink picked up there. Liberos really showing off here on both sides. One more time for Carlos. She manages to go cross court. Gets that point that way, and she is at 13 already.
Top percentage attacker right now on the side of the Cool Smashers. It's Tots Carlos, it's Trisha Tubu on the other side. And we're still waiting for the game of Gemma Galanza to pick up. For Farm Fresh, Chini Arroyo has had a couple of points as well via her power spikes, power hits.
Tubu will go up again. And this is going to be a chance ball for Farm Fresh. That's it. That was a quick one. Good read by the blockers of Creamline. Again, a rally here. Dos Carlos from the middle. And Bertolano there. You know, that's frustrating for Eliza Bertolano, who, by the way, did something over the break, over the off-season, because her game has been so steady. Ito yung talagang inasahan ng lahat. When we saw Eliza Bertolano come into the picture as a rookie in UP, they were comparing her to Tots Carlos, the second coming of Tots Carlos for UP. And as we look at that service ace, pero it didn't happen for Eliza Bertolano in the first year here, the first conference here at the PVL. Hindi siya masyado nagpakita, pero nakikita natin ngayon na her game has really picked up.
Substitution for Coach Jerry Pia Ildefonso to replace Eliza Bertolano in that outside hitter position.
4 straight points for Creamline. Tubu, but the blockers were there. Oh, just off the bench here, still trying to get accustomed to the situation. Pia Ildefonso acknowledging her error there.
It was a tentative approach, so she was thinking of going for a soft touch. She was also thinking to go for a powerful hit. Now this is a massive lead for the Cool Smashers. A net violation. I can't call them Pangs Panaga. She says that there was no net violation, but the net moved. So somebody must have touched the net. There will be a challenge.
And this is uncanny. You know, we've seen a few unforced errors, unusual unforced errors on the side of Creamline today, and many of them coming at the right time for Farm Fresh. That was half the story in that first set win for Farm Fresh. Yung mga errors ng Creamline were coming right at the nick of time talaga for Farm Fresh.
Well, they are down by 8 points, so they need all the points that they can get from these
Yeah.
violations. These are free points. Now, Kate Santiago is also in.
So we're seeing Coach Jerry really using the depth of his bench, just shuffling players in and out, and perhaps making it also a little bit harder for the blockers of Creamline to read. Kasi nga iba-iba yung mga hinaharap niya.
It was Tots.
Ah.
It was Tots. So that was the right decision from our referee. It wasn't Pangs. So tama naman si Pangs. Hindi naman siya.
Hindi siya. And you know, we give it to Tots. Sometimes, totoo naman, Neil, na na-touch mo yung net, di mo alam.
Yeah.
Pag gano'n naman ka, hindi, it wasn't very heavily touched naman. Just the same, Farm Fresh will get that point. PL Defonso is at the serve. She's seeing action for the first time here in the second set for Farm Fresh. Oh, nice pickup. And that one is good. Down the line for Creamline. Nobody home in zone 1.
Santiago getting her first point. Now it's all Adamson in the front row for the Foxies.
Nahaluan ng isang Atenista, PL Defonso, with her second serve here. And that one is another error.
You can feel the nerves. This is a big game for Farm Fresh. Opening day, Creamline agad.
Yeah, right.
Yung kaharap mo.
And nakita na natin na talaga namang di sila nagpahuli in that first set. And that should really a big boost in confidence for Farm Fresh. Trisha Tubo doesn't need a boost. She is playing with so much confidence today.
More net violations on the side of the Cool Smashers. This time it was called on Eliza Valdez.
Six-point advantage for Creamline. That's Carlos. Block. Solid from Farm Fresh. That must feel good for Kate Santiago because it's hard to catch up with Tots. Usually, ang bilis ng pangyayari sa side ng Creamline. Tots Carlos is very quick to adjust in the air.
It's also the first time we see her get blocked.
Oh.
Total shutdown from the Foxies.
Oh, this time a facial. Kate Santiago gets the better of that
You have
attack
to see
from
this
Risa
again.
Sato.
Beautifully designed play. It hit the hands of the blockers and it also hit the hands of Kate Santiago.
It was Risa Sato, the decoy, and Eliza Valdez completing that combination attack. And spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. We'll take a break. Good news mga kapatid! Napapanood na rin tayo sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9 at 183 sa higit 300 cable and satellite providers nationwide at syempre sa Signal Play. Chiquiro Apuno with Neil Flores, Jana Ejido bringing you this very exciting matchup today, the nightcap for day 3 of competition here in the PVL ALL-FILIPINO Conference. Farm Fresh already took the first set, and Creamline dominating this second set. The 7-point advantage now. We saw a very quick, pesky Farm Fresh in that first set. The Japanese influence with the entry of their Japanese coach, assistant coach Hideo Suzuki, Kuroshiki trainer. What's missing in this second set from Farm Fresh, Neil?
They've been inconsistent, I would say, pagdating sa defense pattern nila. The receiving pattern also is different now compared to that first set. That's why Coach Jerry is trying to find these substitutions that will make things work for the Foxies. So we see Caitlin Viray back again alongside Ange de Gachon.
Legashon, transferee from the PLDT.
The double sub works for the Foxies. Instant point off the serve.
Yes, she gets an ace. We're talking about her being picked up from PLDT. And right away getting more court time. Legashon. Kate Santiago sending the ball over. Negrito looking for Valdez. And Creamline coasting in the second set. A real contrast from the action in the first frame. Like you said, once Creamline gets going, they are a streak type of team.
Liza Valdez is just displaying her IQ in volleyball. The set was actually lampas na dun sa antena, but she managed to squeeze it through the defense of Farm Fresh. But she commits that service error. So the point will go back to the Foxies.
Outside set, Galanza is stopped. And again, a lot of violations. There's a lot of these players gone fishing. Laging nasa net.
Yes, and Risa Sato will not contest that. I believe it was Risa Sato, not Kyle Negrito. No challenge also on the side of the Cool Smashers. They've given, what, 4 or 5 points of these net violations?
Yeah.
Masyadong nanggigigil pagdating sa blocking.
Sabay mahigpit si second referee Fernando Velarde. Katingin talaga. It's a good pickup by Tots Carlos. Will go for the attack. Great read there by Farm Fresh. Back row attack, Valdez. Cruz there with a solo block. But ball still in play. And Galanza will score. But that's also uncanny because they're all there. So many white shirts surrounding the ball. Somebody could have picked that up.
And itong Farm Fresh, they're getting a lot of good rebounds off the attacks of the Cool Smashers. But sometimes, nagkakalituhan yung backcourt defense.
Galanza now with 7. And Risa Sato getting ready to serve. She has 3 points today. And Kate Baray, we know that she has a powerful attack, so she uses that, hitting her ball off the hands of the blockers of Creamline. And Farm Fresh still alive here. This is not over yet.
It's only 4-point lead. They're breathing down the necks of the Cool Smashers. Oh, tough serve.
Not a good time for a service error for Risa Cruz. To score a service ace earlier today, Risa Cruz. And lead still at 5.
5 excellent sets so far for Kyle Negrito.
And Kyle going for Tots. Kate Santiago knew where to be. And this is going to be a tough one. And Kate Baray looking for a check ball. She's not going to get it.
They're
going to challenge it.
That call. Kate Baray is asking for... Oh, and umamin na si Bernadette Pons. There was a block touch, so the green card will be awarded to the Cool Smashers.
So the green card has also made its way to the PVL.
Yeah, no need to review that replay. And the ball really changed directions. So, for sure, there was impact dun sa fingertips ng blockers ng Creamline.
And all that for naught, though, because of that service error. That's 2 in a row from the Foxies. I think that score should should be 16. There you go.
Well, Virai scored 2 points off the attacks, but you know, when you score a couple of points, then you negate that advantage with a service error. Nag-iiba yung takbo ng team.
Oh, good defense here. Almost an offensive block there, foiled by Kate Santiago. And Valdez will go up again. Negocion able to stop it, slow things down. Virai will go one more time. And that one, too much for Pons and for Ella De Jesus.
That was a powerful hit from the back. Galing kay Kate Virai. Even in Chocomucho, she would come off the bench and she would really provide quality minutes for the Flying Titans. And she has the same role right now with the Foxies.
Yeah, she's a natural opposite player because she's left-handed. And these service aces coming really very timely for Farm Fresh. Pia Ildefonso with a point already to her name via that service ace. A good floater. Valdez will go up, and that is a check ball. Point for Eliza Valdez. That's her 9th. Also, Eliza Valdez close to double digits. And MG, Michelle Gumabao coming in for Eliza Valdez at this juncture.
This is not the usual substitution that you see. Kadalasan si Tots Carlos yung pinapalitan. But now, one of them will be playing outside hitter. Most probably, it will be Tots. To occupy that left pin, Michelle Gumabao will go to that right pin.
Kasi pareho silang pwedeng opposite din, eh, no? Oh, that's a good play, but good defense. Heads up there by Creamline. Oh, that was quick. Pons picked that up. Carlos blocked. Ball still good. Here comes Farm Fresh. And the block working for Creamline. Ang bilis ng pangyayari. Kate Santiago sending it over. Negrito to Carlos. That did not go over the net.
Set was too near the net to Tots Carlos' liking. She wants a proper distance between the hands of the blockers and the antenna. So I guess Negrito has to pull back a little bit on power every time na pinipitik niya yung bola papunta sa wings.
It's been a little bit of a problem all day, huh? Some adjustments that they need to make in game, and it's been the service errors. This is going to be a subject of discussion for sure between Jerry and the girls, because all of the good showing, all of the good performance that they are coming up with on the court being negated by the service errors. Creamline 2 points away from winning the second set. Santiago going up. Pons with a dig. A chance here. Legacion sends the ball over. Pancake save by Tots. She's happy about that. Valdez with her share of attack errors.
A lot of unforced errors being committed by the Cool Smashers. A while ago, they had a convincing 8-point lead against the Foxies. But itong Farm Fresh, they're just down by 3. This is a manageable lead. And they're trying to exploit the loopholes in the reception pattern of Creamline, I was about to say, but they've also given up these errors on the service line. That's 3 or 4 consecutive rotations wherein they just threw away the serve.
And that was not pretty from Legacion. I mean, that was nowhere close to making it across the net. You don't usually see that at this level. Oh, just lucky that Kate Virai has got her game going. And she saves the day for Farm Fresh, keeping them still in play. It's set point still for Creamline. We've seen the scenario before. Farm Fresh has been able to catch up with a deficit like this, extending that first set like they did. Let's see if Creamline finishes things this time with Bernadette Pons. What a solid two-man block there. Offensive block. Virai again making magic for Farm Fresh.
Lisa Cruz and Kate Virai gagging up on Bernadette Pons, closing out that zone 1.
Let's listen in on this timeout.
sukay dito sa to, sukay dito. Receive 1 na tayo, receive 1. Gitna 1, gitna 1. Ha? Ikaw, kung gusto mag-tres o mag-dos, mag-open ka lang pag misreceive. Ha? Sa to, tingin ng bola. Dahan-dahan lang sa ano, sa receive.
Dahan-dahan, let's go girls! All in, Creamline!
It's just a matter of which play to go for. We know that Creamline system intact, but take a look at that score, Neil, yung 24-22. Diyan nagsimula yan ng first set na hinabol ng Farm Fresh na pinanalo nila with a score 36-34. So this is deja vu. Let's see if Farm Fresh can pull off another miracle here in the second set.
Oh! Another miscue on the side of the Bull Smashers. Now they are feeling the pressure from the Foxies.
You gotta hand it to Farm Fresh, just their resilience, their ability to just stick with it, stick to it. No more service errors for them. That's the order of the day. Pons wants to end it, and she finds zone 6. Lines judge says it's inside. We saw the flag go down.
Challenge?
I mean, there's nothing to lose, right? If you're Farm Fresh, you want to challenge
Farm
that
Fresh
point.
is asking for a challenge, ball in, ball out challenge. They already pressed that button. So I think this will be allowed. Yes, we will be reviewing this challenge. That was a close call.
Yeah, that's deep. It was actually a very good idea for Bernadette Pons to go that deep because wala ang tao doon, walang bantay. Let's see if she was accurate with her attack. Did she manage to keep it inside the court, or is this going to be a continuation of what looks like the first set na yung mga pagkakamali ng Creamline? Ay, pasok yata, hindi ba? Oh, it's called in. Just a sliver of that line caught by the ball, and that is a win for Creamline. They breathe a sigh of relief because it was shaping up to be another chase by Farm Fresh, but 25-23 is how that second set will end. Let's take a look at that last play. Oh, just these highlights. Mostly Dots Carlos.
Farm Fresh almost made it to that 24-point mark.
almost a problem for Creamline, but it was a scare, and it was the Foxies just refusing to let up, but Creamline secure with that second set win.
Creamline really has to polish their end game right now because once they get to establish their own version of a lead, parang that's the time na nag-snowball yung unforced errors. And the miscommunication on the setting needs to be addressed. I mean, this is something that you don't expect sa squad ng Creamline because they have been the standard when you think PVL. So it's surprising to see the constant communication errors pagdating sa transition plays. And again, Kyle Negrito has to settle down and slow things down and get these perfect sets towards her attackers. They still scored more attack points, but Creamline gave out 10 unforced errors in set number 2.
And you know, lucky for them, there are also errors on the serve for Farm Fresh, so that kind of neutralized the errors that we saw from the Cool Smashers, but just the same, kailangan talaga nilang linisin ang kanilang laro. Meantime, the birthday boy in the house. Happy birthday, Sir Ricky Palou, and this is a heck of a treat for him and for all of the PVL fans. I mean, this is a great way to start things off for both Creamline and Farm Fresh. We're only in day 3 of competition here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference for this season, and we have been treated to an excellent match so far. And we are set number 3. Teams split the first and second sets. We expected an entertaining game, but not this caliber. This is something that we haven't seen. 36-34 is a result that we will all not soon forget the way that first set went.
We're seeing a change in the starting lineup of the Cool Smashers. It's Michelle Gumabao and Bernadette Pons in to replace Tots Carlos and Eliza Valdez.
The blocking, but the pickup, the defense of Farm Fresh is really holding them. And you mentioned earlier, Neil, that it would serve Kyle Negrito and the rest of Creamline to slow things down, that to counter the speed that we're seeing on the side of Farm Fresh. The Japanese system really is working for them, making things happen quickly. That's a good one by MG. Gumabao scoring her first point today.
Heavy hand. That is a better set from Kyle Negrito, just the way MG likes it.
Yeah. Broken play here, but Bertolano will make do. And what about that traveled far, but the precision on that hit cross court, finding the line there in zone 5.
Foxies are just looking for these corner pockets that are open on the side of the Cool Smashers. I see Jelena De La Cruz in a Farm Fresh uniform.
Oh, that's another story that maybe you missed if you didn't turn on your television sets at the start of this coverage. See, Jelena De La Cruz is officially a part of the Farm Fresh Foxies, but will likely not see action until the next conference due to her ACL injury. But that's a great acquisition right there for Jules to be joining Farm Fresh. And we have Jana Ahido ready for her report. Over to you, Jana.
That's right, Chiki and Neil, because with the match now at 1 set apiece, this brings me back to the conversation I had with Riza Cruz before this match started, because her biggest takeaway in the previous conference was how the Farm Fresh Foxies, even as young as a team it is, can challenge veterans. She knows the team could get sets, but the pitfall for them is how they finish matches. She shared with me how the past year, in fact, served as an adjustment period, and they've picked up more than enough firepower to unleash it this time around. So let's see how Riza and the Foxies try to edge out the defending champs here in the 3rd set. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD, commercial-free, anytime and anywhere in the world. Back to you, Chiki and Neil.
Thanks so much, Jana. But from what we saw in the first set, the way they ended that set, definitely there's a lot of learning that took place for Farm Fresh during the off-season. Because yung habol na yon, it's really something that we will be going back to over and over again throughout the conference here. Let's listen in on this timeout.
Reaction agad, reaction. Diba? Hindi naman sila eh. Pag nag-service tayo ng maganda. Ano bang set nila? Open. Ha? Reaction agad, tapos recover. Okay? O kalimutan mo na, isang receive.
Energy tayo, energy! Happy!
Quickly, a 4-point advantage for Farm Fresh early in this third set. And this is not something that Coach Sherwin Meneses likes to see. Usually, Farm Fresh yung nag-ahabol.
And you have to remember, this is a very young team. So the energy level is so high. And habang tumataas yung laro, yung adrenaline nila, talagang nadadala sila to a more competitive level.
And you add to that, whatever it is they drew from the first set win, talagang they are so pumped, they're so high and so confident. In fact, the happy kind of vibe we're getting more today from Farm Fresh, it seems. That's what it seems to be missing from the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers today. Bertolano, blocked solid there by Negrito and Risa Sato. Sato-san, and we know she's the Energizer Bunny. She can get things going here on the side of CREAMLINE, get that mood change.
That was the focus of their timeout. The coaches were asking for more energy from the girls, that good vibes feeling. They will throw away another point of that service error.
Farm Fresh still enjoying the lead. They're ahead by 3. Liza Bertolano with that mean jump serve. Good pickup by Gemma Galanza. Oh, Risa Cruz, almost. She got her hand on that, pero napalabas.
Saw that spot. And it was way open for the taking. But sumobra ng onte. Now, CREAMLINE is just down by 2.
Oh, that hit the shoulder of Liza Bertolano, but ball kept in play. Negrito pushes it out to Gemma Galanza. One more time for Gemma. Good pick up there by Delerio. And that one did not go over.
Did not go over for Santiago. Here comes the Cool Smashers with their own run.
That was a quick catch-up job for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Now just within a point. Luis Romero looking for Kate Santiago there, and somebody touched it from the side of CREAMLINE. And look at Farm Fresh leading the charge here, leading CREAMLINE by 2 in this first technical timeout. Watch over and over again, particularly that phenomenal first set win by Farm Fresh. And we are all even, Steven, at 1 set apiece with Farm Fresh leading in this third set. We're looking for the smiles on the faces of the Creamline Cool Smashers. We're looking for them to draw some energy from the crowd and see if they can turn things over. They had a mini run here, making 3 points in a row, but it is Farm Fresh dominating in this third set.
Drop ball will not work for Gemma Galanza. And that 1-2 play for Louis Romero will work for the Foxies.
That's a good first ball. Galanza picked up by, that was El Defonso, or Risa Cruz rather. But she couldn't keep it in play, and Gemma Galanza already with her 8th point.
Only one player is in double digits, and she's currently on the bench right now, tops Carlos with 15 markers. So that is an interesting change. Para dito kay Coach Sherwin, maybe he wants to give Tots a little bit of time to rest.
Yeah. Eliza Valdez also sitting out this third set so far. It's a broken play. It's going to be Farm Fresh with a chance to score here. Kate Santiago, another one with heavy hands, and smart call to let that ball out, just drop.
That was outside, it was right in front of us, but there will be a challenge.
There's a challenge
called by Creamline. We may be wrong.
Challenge number 1. Ball out.
The Farm Fresh Foxies were right there, perfectly capable of taking that ball, but they chose to let it sail out. So I think they had a better shot at it. But again, the very uncanny and unusual somber mood from these girls in pink as you take a look at them on your screens. I mean, they have not been playing badly. You can't say that because they already took the second game. Pero iba yung nakikita natin sa sanayan, ano?
Yes, that was outside. Point will remain with the Foxies, and they will now hold on to a 4-point lead. If this is how they're going to play throughout the season, we might just throw out all of our predictions.
Again, they're trying to guard a 15-game winning streak that extends from the last conference. Gemma Galanza already trying to chase the double digits here. She is at 9 points already. She was quiet in the first set, starting to make some noise in the second, and I think she sees the need really here to step up. Farm Fresh still leading by 3. Tubu. And Michelle Gumaga checked here by Kate Santiago. Santiago will go up for the hit. Oh, some confusion there. Valerio, I think Bertolano had a better angle or better position. She was in a better position to pick that ball up, but Valerio is serious about her role as libero.
That's the downside pag masyadong magkalapit yung dalawang defenders. That is a potential scenario na magkakaagawan ng bola. So somebody really has to stay in the backcourt to guard the back line defense.
Soft one, but the blockers of Creamline, masipag talaga. They'll challenge every ball, but that one rolls out. And Farm Fresh will get that point, and they're back up by 4.
Kate Santiago also getting quality minutes in this game. There's more depth in the bench of the Foxies compared to their last conference. You won't see the NCAA girls of CSD because they will be focusing on their collegiate league. But maybe afterwards we might see them back with the Foxies or with their sister team, Strong Group Athletics.
Galanza there with her 10th point already, and Trish Tubu getting the ball back for Farm Fresh and protecting that 4-point lead. Trisha Tubo also was explosive in the first set, a little less so in the second, but still contributing a lot of points to her team. She is already at 13 points today. Gumabaw. And again, net violation, this time called against Liza Bertolano, and she's signaling, I didn't touch, said no touch. And we are going to be seeing a net touch challenge from the
Second
Foxies.
referee, very focused on these net violations. Most of the time he gets it right.
But really very tough, strict set of officials we have in first referee Jocelyn Del Rosario and second referee Fernando Velarde. Nagliliparan yung ating mga challenge cards dahil ang daming mga tawag na tinatawag ng ating mga referees. We also saw the emergence of the green card. For those of you who are just seeing that now, it's a good time to explain what it is. It's basically a chance for the teams to own up to their mistake. Aamin na lang sila kesa i-challenge pa, ipakita pa yung video challenge. And in the end, you get rewarded for that. I think the team with the most fair play cards, green cards, yes, net touch. Oh!
It moved. Again,
talaga naman ang talas ng mata.
With the arm sleeve, hindi mo talaga siya mararamdaman. Lalo na if sobrang light lang nung tablis.
That's a break for Creamline. They get the point on the ball. 11 serving 13. Tubo with a soft touch. Good pick up there by Negrito. But a chance here for Farm Fresh. And that one is too much sauce there. And Creamline gaining on Farm Fresh here. What's impressive about Farm Fresh is their transition, no? Neil,
The fast transition from defense to offense, and they're able to run combinations.
Absolutely, kahit na medyo pahirapan at everybody is still not in their positions. Pinipilit nila yung kanilang mga system plays. Just to go down the line.
Sometimes kahit hindi nga yung combination from the middle, it's just the timing of the wings kung kailan nila papaluin yung bola, the fast sets of Louis Romero, just confusing the blockers of the Cool Smashers in certain points of the match. And we see Caitlin Veray back again. So in a way, with the depth of the bench of the Foxies, they get to manage the stamina ng players nila habang tumatagal yung game. And everybody's performing. So that is a good sign.
That's classic Michelle Gumabaw there. With her cross court, those heavy hands, difficult to stop.
When you hear the head of Michelle Gumabaw live, you immediately know that it is a solid attack.
This is the other Galanza, Mafe Galanza now at the serve. Creamline still behind. This has been Farm Fresh leading all the way in this third set. Bertolano is dug by Ella De Jesus there.
Close to the net. The hands were pressed above the net. They were ready for that Veray attack, and Bernadette Fons knows better.
Yep, and she's just so quick. I mean, that's the beach volleyball training you get. And again, that was just negated by the service error on the part of Mafe Galanza. Balik na naman sa Farm Fresh ang kalamangan dito.
Here we go again. Cheeky. We're almost at the 20-point mark. And it's still a close set.
And the blockers of Farm Fresh able to slow things down. Great plays despite the hard hitting of Creamline. Veray keeps it in play here. Tots Carlos back on the court. She'll go up. Bertolano knew where to be. Oh, again, it's the blocking. And Veray is being challenged at every third here. That's 2 points in a row on the offensive block by Creamline. Sato will get that one.
That's 2 kill blocks on Caitlin Veray. Veray has to angle her attacks better, might go to a sharper cross court, or you can hit it off the right hand of, or left hand rather, of Bernadette Pons.
Yeah, or if you're like a Sean, you probably want to try your other options. And CREAMLINE now taking the lead for the first time at our second technical timeout. Let's take a look at that one more time. The spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan. We'll take a break. Game talking about this matchup between CREAMLINE and Farm Fresh, the first games for both squads. After this game, we will have seen all of the teams already. So far, it's Cherry Tigo up on top of the standings with 2 wins already about the entire slate.
CREAMLINE is back on top by 2. Babalik ngayon si Trisha Tubo and Louis Romero. Double sub didn't work for Coach Jerry Yee, so he will go back to his regular rotation and try to match things up at 17.
Yeah, and it looks like Caitlin Veray has been marked, so that is a good substitution for Coach Jerry Yee. That was a tough one. Joust won by CREAMLINE. Tots Carlos will go up, and it's called inside by the Lions judge. But Dolana just let that one go. But Tots Carlos, that's one of her favorite plays, attacks.
She has fresh legs coming off the bench. Now she's had 16 markers to her name.
Kate Santiago get a chance. And now it's the blocking of Tots Carlos that will get CREAMLINE ahead by 3. 2 points in a row, fresh off the bench. You're right. That was worth the rest for Tots, and we have Coach Jerry calling for time.
Pasa lang, pasa lang. Bakas lang natin.
Uy, positive, positive. Positive. Pass, one. Pass, one. Okay.
Yeah, crucial timeout with CREAMLINE pulling off a 4-0 run, getting ahead by 4 points after trailing by as much as 5, I believe. Kanina, no? Merong 5-point lead ang Farm Fresh. 7-2.
Net defense has been solid for CREAMLINE here in the tail end of set number 3. They're getting multiple kill blocks against the attackers of the Foxies.
Although that last time out, nobody against Risa Cruz there in her running attack. Tots Carlos getting most of the touches after having been able to rest a bit. And that one is called inside. And we're seeing some smiles on the side of CREAMLINE already.
This is the CREAMLINE that we know.
Yeah.
Fast transition from defense to offense. Quick swipes from their attackers. And now they're just dictating the pace of this ball game.
Oh, almost an ace. That's a good pickup by Delario there. Quick one, still foiled by Farm Fresh. The blocking, Delario was there though. Libero is doing good work. Gemma Galanza. Louis Romero with a fast one. Jesus was onto her. Tots! What a cut shot by Tots Carlos.
That is the reason why Coach Sherwood decided to go with Michelle Gumabao first. Para calm the tail end of set number 3. You have your finisher in Tots Carlos come up fresh. Chini Arroyo will come back.
Now a 6-point advantage for Creamline. Well, that's a good serve. Arroyo is back. And she gets a quick point.
Full swing there from Chini Arroyo. Getting one back for the Foxies.
Still a 5-point lead though for Creamline. And this is a scary situation for Farm Fresh, but we have seen them pull off miracles. And again, somebody at the net here, or lifting violation called against Creamline, and that's a break for Farm Fresh. 4 points they need to make up. Oh, it's a perfect first ball. Oh, wow, look at that defense. Louis Romero getting her hand on the ball, keeping it alive. Creamline setting up. This is a chance for Farm Fresh to score. Tubu! That one did not go over.
Too low on the contact point.
She was too far back. So just Tubu. And the error is now hurting Farm Fresh.
Rose Vargas will replace Risa Sato on the serve. Creamline just 3 points away from getting a 2-1 advantage against the Farm Fresh Foxies.
That was a crucial miss hit there by Trish Tubu, giving Creamline their 22nd point. Now it's the errors we're seeing, miscues on the side of Farm Fresh, just doing them in here. Running attack, that was beautiful. Tagsip there. We probably want to see more of Tagsip and more of these plays, more chances for her to score.
That is only her 3rd point of the match.
Thoughts there, the off speed. Arroyo will go up again. And she gets the better of the 2-man block of Creamline. Farm Fresh staying alive.
It's like deja vu. This was the score in set number 2. Farm Fresh was trailing by 3 points. But let's see if they can replicate.
That's a good serve. Pons with a perfect first ball. A broken play. Tubu swings away. And Gemma Galanza will settle for that bump set. Point number 13 for Gemma. And Creamline looking good in this 3rd set.
Gemma Galanza is the 2nd top scorer next to Tots Carlos. That is her 13th point of the match. Babalik ngayon si Kyle Negrito and Michelle Gumabao to put the finishing touches here in set number 3 for Creamline.
Nine excellent sets already for Kyle Negrito. We knew this was also going to be a battle of setters. Oh, good pick up there by Pons. Ah! And we hear the same kinds of reaction from the fans here at the Big Dome. Just so unusual. Things we don't usually see on the side of Creamline. And that these are the breaks that Farm Fresh is able to capitalize on. Gumabao was stopped by Delario. Bertolano timing her hit. And even Pons, a very good defender, couldn't get to that ball quick enough. And Farm Fresh on a rampage again. They are refusing to quit, and Creamline will call for time.
Kasi nasa likod ka, focus ka lang sa sa gitnang receive. Gemma, pagka medyo tumaas yung bola, papunta kay Gemma, kunin mo na ako. Balik apat lang tayo.
Yes.
Middle, talon tayo, middle.
Go, 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 go! All-in, CREAMLINE!
One loud shout. 1, 2, 3.
That was a 4-0 run for Farm Fresh this time, getting them to this point. Again, a very familiar situation here where Farm Fresh is just gaining on CREAMLINE even at the tail end of this set. And then the service errors. And that is the subplot. Aside from the great performance of Farm Fresh on the court, it has been their service errors. And CREAMLINE a chance to take set number 3 here. Trisha Tubu does not want to stop yet. She wants to keep playing. She wants a shot at this third set.
They just need 2 points. But that was a big miss on the side of Farm Fresh. They came off a timeout. Usually, papasok lang even without so much force.
Right.
Kasi walang kalaban-laban na pag-service error.
Set point still. Gumaba was stopped. Tubu
Nice
again.
set.
Oh, good dig there by CREAMLINE. Ball still good. Not anymore. Bangs Panaga puts an end to set number 3. Just heads up play there by Bangs Panaga. She is the hero for the third set. And this one going to CREAMLINE again. One more time.
Just enough space at the end of it all to get a 2-1 advantage against the Farm Fresh Boxies. That service error just really cost the Boxies that set. So let's see if they can still challenge CREAMLINE in set number 4 to go all the way to a 5th and deciding set.
It was really mostly Gemma Galanza there for set number 3. We'll talk more about it after the break. big dome for our nightcap. A good crowd here at the Araneta Coliseum enjoying the awesome action that Creamline and Farm Fresh are regaling us with in this first game for both of them. Ito na yung mga huling hindi pa naglalaro since we started our All-Filipino last Tuesday. This is only the first week, so this is the kind of action that we're expecting all conference long. But Creamline already showing their true colors, and Farm Fresh is getting hit by reality.
Nina, you can surprise Creamline in the opening set, but you have to be able to sustain that all throughout if you want to get a win over them. And here in this fourth set, we see the Farm Fresh Foxies out of system most of the time. They're having a difficult time in connecting these balls.
Oh, but not that time. Just Tubu really has to bring back the fire. She was just hot in the first set, and she was rendered a little silent in the second and third, but now she is already with 16 points for Farm Fresh. But this is a long road for the Foxies. 8-point advantage. Cruz taking care of business all by her lonesome.
Cruz reading that Negrito set well, one-on-one against Lori Bernardo. Wasn't able to angle her quick attack as well. Now the Cool Smashers are inching closer to that 25-point mark.
And that is all inside again. Now you can feel the energy being sucked out of the Farm Fresh Foxies. It could also be fatigue, because like we said, this has been a long game and they have been challenged. They have to work really hard for every point. And Creamline having a much easier time here in this fourth set. They do want to finish it already. Chance here for Creamline. Thoughts Carlos will go up. And Delarios setting up Tubu, and she hits it off the block. And Trish Tubu is able to get these points in here and there, but they cannot play a side-out game at this point, Neil, dahil ang laki na ng lamang ng Creamline.
Late substitution here for Coach Jerry. Joan Narit, a taller middle blocker, will be manning the net for the Foxies. She will be replacing Risa Cruz.
Oh, it's hard. You know, you come off the bench, you're still cold, and you still have to get your momentum. We know that Narit has the height, and we know from her Ateneo days, she also has a skill, but it's tough to pull you off the bench at this point in the game.
For Lori Bernardo, a point is a point. Even if it hit the tape of the net, that is still a point for the Cool Smashers. Ball still alive.
That's a good effort by Bernardo. And Narit there, trying to drop the ball, but Galanza onto her, and things are just breaking down on the side of Farm Fresh. Galanza, meantime, just keeps coming at him, and she has 14 already today. Bertolano with an off-speed. Smart play by Eliza Bertolano. And now it's just a matter of really stringing along points in a row. They need a good run here, Farm Fresh, if they want to keep playing this fourth set. Chance here, Arroyo. Lots Carlos goes up. Tubu with a stop. Carlos again, and down the line, but outside.
But there was a net violation called on Chini Arroyo. So that's still a Creamline point. Don't look now, they're just 4 points away from getting win number 1 here in our All-Filipino Conference.
This is the biggest lead we've seen all game long. 9-point lead here by Creamline. This is all but over for Farm Fresh. They have to pull off another miracle, similar to what they did in the first set. How they managed to keep playing against Creamline, pushing them all the way to 36 points. And now the breaks are going way to Creamline also. So take a look at Liza Valdez celebrating that point from the sidelines. And Lori Bernardo enjoying her time on the court here.
2 points for Lori Bernardo.
Yeah. She registers an ace there. And a back row attack. It's been Tubu really who has been breathing life into Farm Fresh. Pero kulang kailangan nasusundan.
18 points for Trisha Tubu. She has been the brightest star for the Farm Fresh Foxies pagdating sa opensa. But she really needs more help.
Yeah.
Consistent help from the other players in their respective rotations. John Naret will score one quick point off that service line. Jacel De Los Reyes, also a new Foxy, is in.
That's Carlos. Will go up and she goes off speed, recognizing that hole in the middle of Farm Fresh's court. 19 points for Tots today. And she puts Creamline in a good position here.
Julia Angeles, also another new addition to the roster, the second libero.
And
is
that,
now in.
Yeah, that seems to me like Coach Jerry throwing in the towel and really just waiting for this game to end. Oh, that looks good. De Los Reyes gets a point.
First attempt, quick point.
Yeah, 100% for De Los Reyes. A chance here for many of these girls to get a taste of Creamline, di ba? Kahit papano, nakalaban nyo ang Creamline, but this is a desperation time really for Farm Fresh. And it's too many match points for Creamline. And the crowd here, the Creamline fans already know it. And this is the toughest set so far for Farm Fresh. They've been able to stay very close to Creamline, but not this time, and that'll do it. And ironically, the star of Farm Fresh just ending things for them via that error on the attack. The final score in that last set, 25-18, 25-15 rather. And Creamline continues with their winning ways. 16 straight wins for the Cool Smashers. Meantime, Farm Fresh just making heads turn and making people believe in their potential and making everybody look forward to the games ahead for Farm Fresh.
It was a strong start from the Foxies. That's no easy feat. They displayed composure.
Yeah.
They displayed grit in set number 1 as they ended that 36-34. But in the end, the energy kind of fizzled out when they were caught out of system. But set number 2 and set number 3, I would say that it was still an okay performance for the Foxies. Itong fourth set lang yung medyo nag-lag behind na sila. They ran out of steam to the run of the Cool Smashers. And that was a short set.
Yeah.
Creamline only needed 22 minutes to finish that.
And we'll take a quick break and wrap up this match.